I'm Dr. Scott Fuller. On this segment, I want to show you one exercise that you can do to make improvements in your neck and your shoulders, and maybe your arms as well. One exercise. On my YouTube page and in my book, Happy Back, and elsewhere in my website and at my office, I show people many more than one exercise. But what I find is a lot of people don't follow through with these exercises long term. So I'm going to show you one exercise that will take you 1 minute per day. You're going to do 2 of the exercises in the morning, 2 at lunch, 2 at night. I'll demonstrate those in just a moment. But this is designed to help improve your neck. Now, there are some contraindications. If you have a serious neck problem, disc herniations, pain and numbness down your arms, canal stenosis, severe arthritis, terrible vessel and heart diseases, check with your doctor, check with your chiropractor, check with your therapist first before you start that exercise. So you have to check with them first. For the rest of us, we're going to be able to do this exercise starting slow, and we're going to ease into it. Make sure when you do this exercise that you go slow. Don't push it into the point of pain. You want to keep it in the comfortable zone only. Let me show you why you're going to be doing this exercise. I want to show you an unfortunate backslide that a lot of people encounter throughout their lives. Here is a nice upright posture. Now we know that you can keep your posture like this if you work at it. Jack LaLanne, age 96, still looked like this until he died. You don't necessarily have to run in this direction and see your posture deteriorate over time. You can prevent this from happening. This is not a normal consequence of aging, by the way. This is something that happens because of our environment. If we sit ourselves in front of a computer 8 hours a day for 40 years, guess what? We start looking like this down here. This simple exercise is one way that we're going to try to prevent this from occurring and try to keep us more like we are down here. That's what we want to do with this exercise. There are many, many other things that we can do to try to prevent that backslide from occurring. So we want to focus on this as best we can. But this is one simple exercise that you can do to prevent that. Now keep in mind that awareness itself is a good thing. As I'm on camera right now, I'm trying to keep myself at a good upright posture. If I go to my typical posture, that's not bad, that's pretty good. But then we can just kind of let ourselves relax, and you can start to see where the backslide occurs. Throw a computer in front of us like this for hours a day, or read my book Happy Back like this and not like that, you can see how that all begins to deteriorate. So the stretch. Let me show you the stretch. If you've watched my show before, you have seen this exercise before. I call it the neck extension exercise or the head back exercise, whatever you want to call it. Here's the backslide that we just looked at on that poster. That's what we want to prevent. I also call this the anti-computer exercise, right? Take your hands and put them on your hips. If you have a shoulder problem, you might not be able to put them here. So if you have a shoulder problem, just put them on your legs like this. Hands on your hips. Pull your shoulders back like this, as if you're trying to pinch something between your shoulder blades. Do this gently, and make sure your shoulders don't go up. None of that. Just straight back. The second part of this is to pull your chin back as far as you comfortably can. If you're really stiff, or if you have arthritis and so forth, you might only be able to start here. If you have some flexibility, maybe it's here. If you're very flexible, maybe it's here or even further. Wherever you are comfortable, start there. No pain with this exercise. So, shoulder blades back, head back, and hold for 10 seconds. Just leave it there. You're molding the spine back where it should be. And then relax, and then do another one. Shoulders, head, and hold 10 seconds. Notice another thing too. Don't cheat by hyperextending your lower back. That's not part of the exercise. Don't try to arch the lower back like this. I don't want that. I just want shoulders and head and hold. You're going to do 2 of them in the morning, 2 at lunch, 2 at night. That's 1 minute of stretch that you're going to do during the day. That's all. So we're going to do 6 of them during the day. 2, 2, and 2. Just like this. I have older folks that come in to see me with terrible arthritis, right? And they are literally like this, just like the poster I just showed you, okay? Here they are. And then I'll ask them, as I'm examining them, I'll ask them, pull your head up as far as you can. They do this. And that's all they have. Well, I show them this exercise anyway. They just start with their hands here, and then they push to here, and they hold, and then they relax, okay? Well, sure enough, 6 months later, they're here. They might not get any better than that, but you know what they tell me? I feel a heck of a lot better. I have less neck pain, I have less upper back pain, I have fewer headaches, and so forth. So a gain from here to here is worth the effort. But of course, the rest of us never want to end up this way anyways. That's why we're going to start now to start doing this exercise, the anti-computer, the anti-slouching exercise like so. And then in addition, during the day, think about it every once in a while. Think of me every once in a while and try to keep yourself more upright like this. When you're working, getting the computer monitor up a little bit higher, reading items like this instead of like that. Just keep these things on your mind. We want them to become more automatic. Your challenge, therefore, is to write down now how you feel in your neck and shoulders area, and maybe even with headaches. Do this exercise 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 in the evening. A month from now, write down your improvements, how are you feeling, how it's going, and then send it to me. And if a bunch of people send it to me, I will then come back on this show here and YouTube, and I'll talk about the results and the changes that people are making. So, one simple little exercise, give it a shot, start slow, and report in. I'm Dr. Scott Fuller. Please join me again.